Breaking news this morning on the fight against COVID-19. Pfizer says that they are starting studies on a vaccine that is specific to the Omicron variant. Drug makers are updating their shots to better match Omicron in case global health authorities decide it needs to be changed. Prosecutors in the trial of 3 former Minneapolis police officers charged with violating George Floyd's civil rights are accusing the men of standing by as fellow officer Derek Chauvin, this man right here, knelt on Floyd's neck and slowly killed him right in front of them. One defense attorney countered in the trial's opening statement yesterday that Chauvin called all of the shots as the senior officer at that scene. J. Alexander King, Thomas Lane, and Toe Tao were charged with depriving Floyd's civil rights while acting under government authority. Floyd died after Chauvin pressed him to the ground with his knee on his neck for 9 minutes while the 46-year-old black man was face down, handcuffed, and gasping for air. King knelt on Floyd's back, Lane held his legs down, and Tao kept bystanders away. CNN is reporting that Lane plans to take the stand in this trial. The family of a missing woman with Grand Forks ties says police are now confirming that a body found last week is that of their loved one. Caitlin Berry had not been in contact with her family since December 21st. She's the daughter of Grand Forks Assistant State's Attorney Carmel Madison. Berry's remains were found during a search this last Thursday. We have a disturbing update to a deadly crash on I-94. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says the man who left a disabled tow truck in a traffic lane was driving with a suspended license. A Bismarck woman was killed. Her husband and 2 children were seriously hurt when their car rear-ended that truck in the right traffic lane on the interstate near Tower City on Saturday night. Troopers say if you have car trouble, you need to pull onto the shoulder of the road and put your hazard lights on.
Because people are just not prepared for a car being stopped in the lane of traffic. Talking about highway speeds, in this case, like this weekend's, it's a 75 mile per hour zone. That's a very, very violent collision that's going to happen.
Police say the tow truck driver had a mechanical issue with his vehicle and then got a ride from a passing driver. The Highway Patrol is looking into charges against Mario Butler of Minot, who had been driving that tow truck before it stopped. But a decision on those charges likely won't be made for a couple of days. It is 6:54 now on this Tuesday morning and a first alert weather day because it is bitterly cold out there, Lisa.
So cold out there. We're down into the teens and 20s below zero and those wind chills even worse. So we want you to use some caution today. Make sure you are dressing appropriately yet again for some frigid weather. Here's a look at our alerts. We've got a wind chill warning in effect for everywhere in the valley in purple here. We've got wind chills that are going to stay in this range of about 35 below or lower through the morning hours. So this is in effect until noon today. Here's a look in Fargo. Live view here showing a little bit of a shake on the camera, but not much wind happening here this morning. We're at 16 below in Fargo for your air temperature. Clear skies. 21 below in Grand Forks, 22 below in Thief River Falls, and Devil's Lake also at 22 below right now. Fergus Falls checking in at 20 below, and Bemidji at 19 below. So again, teens to 20s below to start off here today, and our wind chills even lower. Grand Forks at 38 below right now. We've got 41 below in Waskish and 43 below in Candu, and Devil's Lake at 42 below. Check out Rugby just outside of our viewing area. 49 below right now. So there could be some areas in the valley that do dip closer to that 50 below range. Fargo's at 32 below. Park Rapids at 42 below. So a frigid start again today. The satellite and radar, at least on the quiet side, we're not contending with that issue. But again, it's going to be one of those days where one, it's going to be cold out there. That's a hazard. And with temperatures as low as they are, those sidewalks are going to be slick for the kids. The ice melt doesn't work at these temperatures out at the bus stop. So make sure they're being careful, waiting for the bus and heading out to the stop here with some sunshine on the way. Even around 8 o'clock, we're looking at that sun being up now. This time of year, we're starting to see it rise earlier and earlier. And then this afternoon, well, not much warmer. We're looking at about 10 below at the 3 o'clock hour in Fargo. Sunny conditions at least, but still on the frigid side with wind chills that are a little improved. But again, this is going to be a problem for us throughout the day today. Now, heading into tonight, we'll see the wind turn southerly and it will start to pick up. So warmer air on the way. You can see we've got a high of 30 coming up for tomorrow, but that is very deceiving. We've got another first alert weather day because of that wind. We'll see gusts into the 30s to 40s in the morning. So your morning drive is going to be tough. tomorrow again with that clipper moving through, and some chances for some light snow Wednesday night and heading into early Thursday before that clears out. But some relief in sight for the end of the week and heading toward the weekend. Quieter weather and temperatures more around normal for this time of year. Some teens to some low 20s. So quieting down for the end of the week. But until then, it's going to be a tough couple of days.
Make sure you download that VNL weather app to stay safe and notified. Lisa, thank you. It is now 6:57. The Fargo Police Department is embroiled in controversy, especially after our investigation uncovered dozens of police officers left the department with allegations of Chief Zabolski being the root of a toxic work environment. And now the chief and the department are on a performance improvement plan. The Valley Today's JC Dodd joins us live in studio with what that plan entails. JC, what did you find out about this?
Jordan, it's very clear after last night's meeting, change is needed and wanted by the community and the city commission. People want to see change within the police department, but it's not going to happen overnight. The improvement plan will take weeks to finalize. What we do know, the commissioner wants to focus in on 5 main things, looking closely at shift changes, staffing challenges, officers' mental and physical health, along with how the department engages with the community. You can look and see that's the plan that was presented last night. When asked his opinion on the outline, Chief Zabolski said those areas of improvement will be a priority for him. Commissioner Tony Garrick says he wants to see quantifiable results from both the chief and the department. Those measurements are going to come from a department evaluation form that officers and staff take at the start and the end of the performance contract. The plan passed with Pepcorn being the lone no vote. Now, Jordan, Mayor Mahoney says that they will start looking for improvements within the department in 6 to 8 weeks, and Chief Zabolski will be reevaluated in 6 months.
Yeah, very contentious issue for the city. JC reporting live. Thank you. People have a nervous side to Wall Street today after yesterday's wild ride with the stocks. The Dow ultimately gained 99 points after being down more than 1,000. The Nasdaq added 86. The S&P 500 went up 12. All 3 indexes were down more than 3% early in the day before that bounce back, creating one of the biggest rebounds in more than a decade. A Florida man arrested for human smuggling after the bodies of 4 people were found dead near the Canadian and U.S. border during a blizzard has been released from jail without bond. Steve Shand is charged with attempted transport of illegal immigrants. He is not charged in their deaths. A federal magistrate in Minnesota ordered Shand to surrender his passport, and he's only allowed to travel to Florida and Minnesota, where the court proceedings will happen. A benefit game is being hosted today to help support a hockey player who was hit with West Nile. In August, Dryden Thompson of War Road was on a ventilator and unresponsive. He's now undergoing intensive therapy at a specialty hospital in Denver to regain his strength and mobility. Today's benefit will take place at the Gardens in War Road as they take on Roseau. A number of raffle items will benefit Dryden on his road to recovery. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather for you coming up right now on the Fargo CW. That's where you'll find Lisa Green tracking the pair of First Alert weather days we are just entering this morning. Otherwise, have a safe and happy Tuesday. Stay warm out there.